Internet. Welcome to my channel. Today, in this video, we are going to discuss how to predict levels from candlestick chart, and here we are going to focus on how to predict the weekly levels for Nifty. So, firstly, I assume here that you already know how to read candlestick charts and understand the risk of trading or investing in the stock market. I'm basically not a SEBI registered analyst, but I am doing this, for making you learn how to do analysis. Firstly, look at the weekly levels and trend. So this is a weekly chart, and we see this is a week's candle. Um, I usually, start with identifying any pattern in the candles itself. Is there a kind of pattern we can see? Um, like there are two red candles here, again two green candles here, two red candles here, two green candles, and then again it was two red candles, but the market actually bounced back from lower levels and showed a good support here. So, the historical data and this candles basically give you an historical pattern how the market has behaved, and you can predict from that very easily. So before we get started, this is very important thing which I have seen in the market has worked very really well for me. Uh, green candles here, one red, two greens, one red, two greens, one red, two greens, one red, two greens, and again there is one red. At least till here, from here to here, the market has been quite predictable for me when have read the market from these candles. Then there is always whatever the pattern is has to break and bring, and even market goes in this fashion. When there is a good impulse, then there is a correction, then impulse, then correction. So this is how it happens in the market. So this is quite predictable. Further, I have told you about this pattern as well. And here the market has went completely unpredictable. When there is a change in the pattern, you have to wait and find out the levels or the pattern, a new pattern, you have to wait for it. So as I mentioned here, I didn't start my trades looking at this pattern from these two three candles. I started it after I see that there is a two, one, two, and one. So I started my trades looking at these two candles, and it was quite predictable from this level to this level. And then there is a change, so I stopped, for a while, and I again looked for some other things. Like we can go for daily charts and find out the other levels. So when I do not find anything from this, then I look for a chart pattern if there is any kind of a pattern is being formed. So before we get started, I mean, before we go ahead with some other things, I want to tell you something that here also we have seen a pattern again trying to form itself. So when there is a one green, one red, one green, so it's quite predictable. Anybody can tell what it should be, but whether it will be or not, that's a different question altogether. Let's see. So anything else you can see in the pattern or the chart can tell you is this, that if you see the highs which is making the chart is making is basically here these three candles, which is this is a weekly chart. So any sort of this kind of a trend which we can see becomes a huge resistance for the market, and breaking that becomes very difficult for the market. So going ahead, I have basically drawn some of the levels for you. So let me show you how. So this is what I could identify, that there is a trend here. and also there is a support level is also being formed. So what I see that we should actually keep uh, we can predict very easily that the market may be making a red candle, and from these two lines the candle can be of this size, right? um, and it's going to be a bearish candle. So I am thinking to, take trades accordingly that the market will be somewhere bearish, and if the pattern is not being followed and there is a change in the pattern, then this is the level where actually I have to stop my losses and get away from the trades which I have taken, or square off my trades. So this is what I see at this moment, and somewhere at you know 1730 340 17,340 to 17,400, I see a huge chance of reversal, and it's actually breaking this. So if we get any closure in the next week's sessions, any day in Monday, Tuesday. So if anything breaks above this level, I'm not going to stay bearish in the market. And this is the quite a good support, every time the market has. So I'm going to stay at, bearish till this level for time being. I'm not going to take further any lows because there had been, good amount of support in this in these levels. So what I predict at this moment that the market will be, bearish. And then if I have to tell you that this is the closing which we can see here, and then this is our opening level. So in this particular range, I would say that we should not be trading anything. Uh, if the market goes below, so for a weekly trade, I'll be bearish after this candle. Or maybe, since I already have predicted that there is going to be a red candle, if market goes doesn't sustain this level also, I can start taking some or sell calls from this level somewhere, and hold it for some time. So that's how I predict the market, and I think that's all for this video today. Thank you. Thank you very much.